Welcome to the Disneyland. I don't know what we're calling this. I don't know what we're calling this, but I'm Kirsten Langston, author and intuitive. You are watching Third Eye Champagne, and we are talking about Disneyland. So here's the deal. I've already done a video on this. I mentioned it in a vlog, and this is now the full-length My Trip to Disneyland as a psychic video. That's what we're calling it.
Okay. We are currently in the Grand Californian Hotel. It's my first day here at Disneyland. I'm not doing a deep dive right this second per se, but I have thoughts, so I thought I would get them down, make big eyes at you, get them down. I'm a little bit delirious, which is why I'm not doing a deep dive. We did a full day in the park, so we did from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. and I did notice a few things. So here are my original thoughts. I didn't steal them from anyone. Here are my first impression thoughts. DCA's got nothing special going on. Nothing. There's like nothing there where I was like, oh yes, magical vibes. No, nothing. Crossing over into Disneyland, I don't really feel like Main Street USA has a whole lot of magical, weird vibes going on. I didn't feel any weirdness. I did notice the closer we got to Fantasyland and the closer we got to the far side of Fantasyland, actually, kind of closer to where the submarine things are, that's when I started to get like, oh man, here we go. Like I'm feeling weird. I'm feeling vibes. So it really wasn't until we were in line for the submarine ride and I was like, oh no, I'm feeling something. And I felt like the energy kind of went around that lagoon and shot out back towards Fantasyland, like towards the carousel. Like if I could draw a line of energy, like that line would be from the lagoon straight across to hit King Arthur's Carousel in Fantasyland. I don't know how to describe it. It's different. It's just different. It's strange. It's not anything I felt before. It's not bad, but the most concentrated vibes I felt were in that area, for sure, hands down. I mean, it was just different. It's a different vibe. I don't feel it in the rest of the entire park. So I was paying very close attention. I'm like, okay, well, is this spread out through the whole park? No, not for me. No. I mean, the whole park is amazing, but that particularly high vibe, I wasn't feeling in Tomorrowland. Maybe a little bit, like a tiny bit. I know submarines are technically in Tomorrowland, but further in towards Space Mountain, I wasn't feeling it on Main Street. I wasn't feeling it in any of the other lands. I wasn't feeling it, on Pirates. I wasn't feeling it at all. Just in that area. I mean, I felt pretty high the whole time. I mean, I did. I felt pretty, amped up. And obviously, you're happy. You're in a theme park. You're having a good time. Didn't feel any I definitely did not feel like Walt's wandering the park. I really didn't. But I'm gonna keep going in there. And it's hard to do a psychic sweep while you're in there, because there's so many people there. So you're just kind of picking up people. It's a big psychic soup, more or less. It wasn't bad, though, I have to say. I mean, even trying to penetrate any of that, it wasn't bad. I wasn't picking up any weird vibes. I wasn't picking up any bad vibes. I mean, obviously everybody's there to have a good time, so, but there wasn't anything that I would say it was particularly ghosty. I will say there are interesting vibes. So what I want to do tomorrow is I want to trace a path from the lagoon to the carousel and just see kind of how I feel, just kind of really concentrate on it. I'll do it on video, But those are my initial impressions. This is the first time I've gone in and treated it like a, you know, as a psychic experiment or whatever. This is the first time I've really done it as a job, you know what I mean? So, and I'm sticking to it. I'm definitely going to say that yes, there is something going on in that park. For sure, hands down, because I can compare the vibe of DCA, Disney's California Adventure. I know I'm just nerding out by saying DCA. I guess that's like Disney nerd shit, but I can compare the vibe from that to Disney, and it's different. I can compare the vibe in different areas of the park of Disneyland, you know, and say, no, there's something special going on there. Although I think the whole park itself is definitely got a vibe to it. I've now stayed in all 3 hotels on the property. I only ever had nightmares when I stayed at the Disneyland Hotel, so I'll probably never stay there again. And I don't know why, because I'm not really like a nightmare person. Paradise Pier did not have any bad dreams, regular dreams, Paradise Pier. Now I'm staying at Grand Californian. Hecka bougie. I'm feeling very bougie right now. It's the first time I've stayed here. It's really nice. And I've had strange dreams. Not nightmares, but not my typical... I mean, these are like the kind of, you know, I ate popcorn before bedtime dreams. Like, I'm having very strange dreams in this place. So there's that. I would say this place has the most neutral vibe. The other 2 hotels had vibes. That Disneyland hotel had vibes, which I wasn't super into, to be honest. So, all right, that's all. That's all for now. I'll see you guys later. Mwah.
I went to the Disneyland Hotel for breakfast. We went to Steakhouse, whatever it is. Steakhouse 56? Sure, why not? I probably made that up. It's Steakhouse something. But we went there and it was actually a very delicious breakfast. So I fully recommend that. It was tasty. We actually had a reservation and I'm glad we did because it was 9 in the morning and there were like, it was crowded. But we were able to have some really, well, I just had a glass of champagne. I was like, he's like, you want a mimosa? I'm like, no, I don't. Keep that orange juice to yourself, sir. But we had a really just friggin' delicious breakfast, eggs and bacon, and it was super tasty. But the energy in that hotel was definitely wonky. So anybody that's intuitive or that's empathic or that, you know, has stayed there but you are neither intuitive nor empathic, let me know what you think. I really don't cuss at Disneyland. I like work hard at it. Don't ask me why. I just feel like it's not appropriate. That's maybe the one place. I will cuss in a church like you would not believe. I'm sure that's gonna offend some people. I don't really care. But Disneyland, maybe that's my church. I'm like, we don't cuss there. I know, but it's you know, it's the kids and it's a place to be a kid and you know, just don't do it. Just don't do it, Auntie. So I try to watch my mouth there, but I probably won't on this video. And you know, if you're not used to such language, yeah, either get used to it or probably turn this video off. I don't know what to tell you. I've had a very long couple of months and I just don't feel like coddling anyone. If you don't like the cusses, turn it off. Cover your ears. Get some cotton. Because the energy in Disney California Adventure is not bad. It's just not as or even at all special. There's nothing special to it. And then you cross that promenade and I swear to God, you know, in front of the mouse, like when you first walk in and there's the big mouse in flowers, right? And the train is above. It's not really hitting you yet. And then you go through that tunnel and I swear to God, because I was very intent on, does it happen the minute you go through the tunnel? Does it happen the minute you set foot in the park? No. I mean, I was kind of like, oh no, I feel the vibes. And then I go through the tunnel and of course, which is very like, you know, it's all very subliminal, you know, it's telling your brain we're going from one thing to a different thing, right? Which maybe it was just working its psychological mojo on me, but I don't think so. So I get into the park. Once I go through the tunnel, I'm like, nope, there's the vibe. There it is. Like, bam, it's here. But it's not as concentrated. It is very concentrated from the submarine lagoon all the way over to King Arthur's Carousel. That's where that vibe is concentrated, which I was not expecting because I feel like the lagoon is sort of far away-ish. I didn't expect it to kind of encompass that area. So I want to say I was working as a psychic and I had gone back to Disneyland for the first time in a long time. And I was like, there's something weird about this place. And I came home and I looked everything up and of course, you probably already know the story, but some of you may not. I couldn't really find anything about it being a vortex or being this or being that. And then I find this book, Latitude 33, Key to the Kingdom by Walter Bosley. Okay, Latitude 33, Key to the Kingdom by Walter Bosley. So I found that, and he basically was like, that's where the good juju comes from. It comes from this 33rd ley line, and it's running right through Fantasyland. And I was like, this makes sense to me, because every time I would get through that castle, which again is another subliminal thing, right? You're walking through the castle. I mean, they use these things on your mind, and they use it wonderfully. I would be like, well, I was hot. Like, I was like, what are we doing? What's going on? What's happening in life? I love everything. I love everyone. This is wonderful. I don't cuss. Like, I was just on one. So after that, like I said, I came home and I tried to find, like, what's so special about it. I find this guy's book and I'm like, this is a thing. But, you know, from what I can remember in the book, he does not postulate that it goes as far over to the lagoon. I think he said it was just in that center area of Fantasyland. But I will tell you, I felt that juju go over to the lagoon, and then once I got past the teacups in Fantasyland, it started to, well, I went past the teacups, past the carousel. What's next, Kirsten? Casey Jr. and Dumbo. So as I'm going past that towards Red Rose Tavern, that's when I'm like, oh, it's gone. Does not even go into Frontierland. So, but it did go, it was very strong going the other direction. So it went all the way from the center of the castle where the carousel is over to the submarine lagoon, but not to the lines of the submarine lagoon. So it didn't go, it kind of went into the lagoon and stopped. Like if I could have walked into the lagoon and stood like kind of in the middle of it, that's where I probably would have said, okay, it's kind of waning now. By the time you get to the line that you stand in to go in the submarines, it's gone. There's nothing there. There's no vibes there. I do the walk, you'll see the walk, but it's weird. It's definitely a thing. It is definitely, I want to say this, like I said, I'll go to my grave saying this, there's definitely something right there in that area, and it could very well be very good feng shui. Like maybe it's not the 33rd ley line. Maybe it's not an energy vortex in the earth. Maybe it's just the configuration, because you have the teacups spinning over here. You have carousel, you know, the carousel spinning over here. You have Dumbo spinning over here. Maybe that's creating something, or is that just the movie Contact I'm thinking of? But maybe it is creating something. I don't know. I know that when I was trying to do the deep dive in the hotel room, I was going like, it still feels like there are things in motion, so I don't know if the rides are still running. I don't know if they leave some of them running. I know our room was facing, I had to have been, it was California Adventure, it had to have been Goofy Sky School, I'm gonna say, and that thing ran all night with nobody in it, which was very creepy. And then we didn't realize it had opened early. Oh no, it was grad night, so it was actually still open. And so my brother was changing. This is not like a flowers in the attic thing, but he was like, putting a shirt on, changing a shirt. I do not remember, but I remember he was changing so we could like, we were either gonna go downstairs for a drink or I don't remember. But so he was putting, I think he was putting like a different shirt on or something. And he goes, dear God, I just met the eyes of the man going around on the damn roller coaster. And I was like, oh, that's unnerving. That's really unnerving. He goes, we locked eyes. Ooh. So maybe the rides run out there all the time. Like, I don't know.
All right, so it is evening 2 here at Grand Californian Hotel. I've spent the day in Disneyland and DCA, and I maybe should put my whole face in the frame. I gotta say, first of all, DCA, Disney California Adventure, there are no vibes there. Disneyland definitely has vibes. There's vibes. Maybe it's because it's so old. There's definitely vibes there, for sure. I have found that the area, again, surrounding Matterhorn, the lagoon, over to Storybook Land, that is the vibiest spot in the park. Like, no doubt. There's no doubt in my mind. And I thought maybe it was because of all the running water. I'm still kind of toying with that idea. I mean, there's running water all over the park, obviously, but I don't know. Definitely vibey. That's definitely the vibey area. You know, Matterhorn, lagoon, through to Fantasyland. It's just, there's something about that spot, dude. There's something about that spot. And how do I describe it? I don't know. It's high vibe and it's like motion. That's why I keep going back to motion, and I keep thinking maybe it's the rides, maybe it's the rides. But then it would be this way all over the park. But there's something about like there's something moving or flowing through there. That's what it is. That's what it is. There's something moving or flowing through there. It's almost like somebody cleared the park, energy-wise. It's almost like, you know, somebody's coming in here at, you know, 2 in the morning with the cleanup crew and they've just got like a giant sage stick. Like, seriously, it's almost, it's definitely a clean vibe. It's like almost neutral. Like, it's almost reset, you know, it's like each night it resets over and over again into this really neutral, beautiful vibe. I'm telling you, there's no pockets where I'm like, oh, I don't like this. Oh, I don't like the way that feels. Oh, this feels angsty. This feels sad. This feels this. This feels that. I mean, there are areas where, you know, there's a lot of people. It's crowded, and you know, I have a reaction to that where I'm like, oh, I don't like all these people. I had a kid poke me in the boob today. Like, what the F? I had another kid try to grab the people I'm with my brother and one of the kids, and some kid was just like, hey, I'll go with them, and like the mom's like, what are you doing? Like, there's no sense of personal space out here whatsoever, none whatsoever. But even in those areas, you know it gets crowded, but it's like, I mean, that's one of the most crowded points too, is Fantasyland. I mean, walking through that thing is like ridiculous. You know what I mean? Oh, there go the fireworks. Huh, there go the fireworks. All right, I'm gonna go. But I'm gonna continue, now that I kind of zeroed in on something. Again, I don't feel anything's haunted. I don't feel like any ride is haunted. I know Pirates is weird, and I think what I want to do when I actually get off property is kind of re-examine the property from afar and look at it that way as well. So I'm going to do that pretty much as soon as I get home. Pirates is weird. There's a weird vibe going on over there. I don't know what it is.
I even thought maybe it was all the water. This is one of my theories, and I don't remember if I made it into the vlog, but I was thinking, like, because they have a lot of moving water and running water and rushing water, so I'm thinking it's the negative ions, which it probably is. I mean, there's a lot of smart planning going on here that I think was intentional. For sure. Because all that moving water and running water, you know what I mean? It creates all the negative ions, which makes us feel amazing, but it also just visually, it looks really good. It makes you feel like nice and clean, and you know, it's just smart. It's really smart. And of course, it doesn't hurt that the park is absurdly clean. Absurdly clean. My brother, like I said, it was his first time there, and he's going, there's no garbage here. And I'm like, oh, I know. That's part of the reason I love it. I love how clean it is. So, you know, there's no debris, what have you, but you know, I don't know, it's weird. So the far side of the park, Frontierland, so I'm in the hub right now is where I'm standing. I'm standing at the hub with the statue of Walt and Mickey, and I've got Tomorrowland over here, which is definitely got a little bit of that extra special sauce on it. And then Pixie Hollow has a little bit of that extra special sauce on it. And then as you go around toward, you know, Snow White and that area, you're like, oh, okay, something's going on. Absolutely something's going on. Matterhorn, kind of, but not really. And then you hit the far end of the submarines and you're just like, there is something happening here. There is definitely something happening here.
Here we go. All right, here's where the vibes start, guys. Here we go. Very vibey.
Now, as you go into the castle, right on the other side of that castle, you're sort of hit with it, and you're like, what the heck is this? The closer you get to the carousel, the more it comes. Now, if you were to stand in front of the carousel, facing it, and go around it to your left, toward Red Rose Tavern, you don't really feel much at all. If you were to go towards your right and go towards the teacups, oh, holy moly, is it hitting you? Storybook Land, the whole deal, all of that, yes, absolutely, hands down. So the vibe is there, absolutely there. Toontown, nothing. And then as you go past Red Rose Tavern and you head towards Frontierland and Star Wars Land, which I will get to, it was so cool, you guys. Oh my God, so cool. Nothing. Now, New Orleans Square does feel kind of interesting, but I cannot figure out why. So it's not the same vibe as that section from Lagoon to Carousel. Not. It's not that, I don't know what that is, but it makes me feel the best I've ever felt in my life. Well, second best. But there's something about it. There is something about it, and I notice it when we were riding Pirates. Okay, so we made it our mission, as I do pretty much every time I go there, to ride Pirates twice a day. You gotta start with it, you gotta end with it. And I mean, I'm not sure if it's just a vibe they're setting because, you know, it's New Orleans Square and, you know, a lot of water's moving under there though, right? I mean, I think Pirates, you go under the berm, so you're not actually in the park, but that's still a lot of nearby water moving. You have the Rivers of America moving, you have boats moving through it, they're going in a circular motion. I mean, there is a lot of circles being made, right? So maybe it's some kind of a, no, that's just the movie Contact. Stop saying it. No. No, but I'm really serious. Like, you know, you have the boats going in a circle, you have the train going in a circle, teacups are going in a circle, Astro Orbiter, right, going in a circle, Dumbo's going in a circle. I mean, all the rides pretty much go into a circle. They have to kind of loop around. So I don't know if it's just all this continuous motion, or with New Orleans Square, if it's continuous moving water. Because do we have that anywhere else in the park? We don't have it in Toontown, not really. Jungle Cruise. But that kind of goes behind New Orleans Square, doesn't it? Could be. Now, if you're on this side of the park, we've got Frontierland, we've got Adventureland, we've got the Royal Fantasy Theater, right, where all the princesses are. Nothing. Nothing. There's nothing over there. Absolutely nothing. No vibes, no hot juju, nothing. Moving water, but there is something interesting about New Orleans Square. It's not the same vibe. It's a different vibe, but there's something really weird about it, and specifically something about the Pirates. Now, I'm going to say this. I would say in hindsight, because I didn't really feel anything when I was there, but it's hard to when you're on a ride and you know that damn song's going and there's all these people around, although we did go on it when nobody was on it and we were the only people on the ride, and that was eerie but still fun. But I will say in hindsight, if any ride in that place is haunted, it's that one. There's something in there. No, there is. I can feel it. There's something in there. Haunted Mansion, I know there's a lot of stories about it, but it didn't have that haunted feel to me at all, aside from the Disney haunting. I mean, the Imagineers, obviously, not Walt. Also, did I feel like Walt was in the park? Not really, to be honest. I didn't feel any ghosts in the park, but I do feel like, honestly, if anything's haunted, it's that damn Pirates of the Caribbean. No, I'm serious. That's real. Damn it, I wish I lived closer so I could just go back. But I remember like going through the ride and like trying to feel it. Like, oh, does this feel haunted? Does this feel haunted? And it was kind of like, there's something weird here. There's something weird here, but is it haunted? I don't know. And no, there's something haunting that ride. Yeah, absolutely. I think so. One time I was riding it, and you know how sometimes it gets stopped at the end. If you've ever ridden this ride, you know, you're on a boat, you're going through.
Come seek an adventure and solve the old pirate tale. Sure, you'll come to the proper place. But keep a weather eye open, please. And hold on tight. The coat head. There be squalls ahead. And Davy Jones waiting for them. What don't obey?
Right near the end when you have to go up the ramp to get back up top, sometimes it stops. I swear to God, one of those damn pirates looked me in the eye once. I swear to God, I was like, is there a person over there? Like elbowing whoever I was with, like, I think there's somebody here. That's a person. They were like, no, stop. That ride is haunted. And maybe that's why it feels weird over there. No, that's not why either. Star Wars Land is not haunted. Star Wars Land has no special juju, but it is amazing, as you shall see. So, to be honest, the least amount of special juju was in Star Wars Land. And maybe it's new, or maybe, you know, the juju can't hit it because it's like configured funny. I don't know, but I will say that the least amount of special juju I felt was in Star Wars Land. Now, what's interesting is, at the time I went, I was there, yes, I was there opening day. I was the second group of people to go in, and that was by the grace of Walt Disney and our sweet Lord. I mean, that was just pure happenstance that happened to me. So Walt's looking out, even though I cuss. But not in his park.
All right. I am here wearing my Princess Leia shirt. And we're just going to do a little bit of a deep dive. Not too much of a deep dive, but a little bit of a deep dive. So I did go to the opening of Galaxy's Edge. This has nothing to do with the deep dive. But I did go to the opening of Galaxy's Edge, and it was amazing. Absolutely crazy, ridiculous. So I was there opening day. By the grace of God. The story on that one is I was planning on going to Disneyland in August, and I woke up one day in March, and I woke up on a Saturday, and I was like, I have to buy tickets right now, and these are the dates that I need to buy the tickets for. And it made no sense to me, but my intuition was really pushing it, so I did it. I didn't have any money, could not afford it. And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to pay for this. Luckily, they let you make payments. But, you know, I was like, I still don't know how I'm going to come up with the money by May. Like, I have no idea. I don't know how I'm going to get the money. So, but my intuition was like, you're going to get the money. I mean, the voice was just like, do it, do it, do it. And here are the dates you're going to go. You're going to go from May 28th to June 1st. I was like, shh, okay, but that's not what I was planning on at all. The voice, the intuition was very insistent. So I call and make the reservation on that Saturday, and the following Monday they announce Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is opening early. It's opening May 31st, and if you're staying on the resort, then you automatically have a reservation. So woohoo on T's inner voice, because that's how I got in. And I honestly, it was literally by the grace of God. So I did do that today. I'm a little bit tired, but so the vibe. So I want to get into just kind of what I'm feeling now. And I did my walkthrough today from the lagoon, and I checked it. I double checked it, guys. No, okay, so here's what I'm getting. This is interesting. There is a shit ton of like kinetic energy in here. I mean, I'm feeling it. So even though the people are leaving, what time is it right now? So 12:08. So there's still, so the park's mostly empty at this point. But to me, it feels like there are people still there. Like everybody's still there. Again, DCA, dead energy. This is so weird, but DCA, that's Disney California Adventure, for those of you who aren't Disney nerds. Which is the park that's adjacent, you know, it's across kind of a promenade. Nothing there. And my hotel's right next to it. I can feel on it real easily. And so yeah, even though tons of people go through that park, I'm not feeling it there. Not at all. And I know those rides run all night long because I watched this damn thing. I'm like right in front of, like, I want to say it's Mickey's Sky School or Goofy's Sky School. And those damn little things just keep running all night. I don't shut it down. Yeah, no. Also, what's really interesting is they're having grad night over there right now. And I'm telling you, I don't feel it. It feels like there's nobody in there. All right, this is crazy town. I know this is like the weirdest video ever. I know. But I'm gonna take an energetic stroll down Main Street, USA. Okay, there's a vibe in here. It just feels like nothing's changed in there since probably the 50s, to be honest. I don't think they've changed it. I don't think there's anything in that place that apartment that's been moved since the guy died. Is there a presence in there? No. No. There's nothing. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Are you in the park? No. No, definitely not. Definitely not. I will tell you this right now. I do not feel that Walt Disney is intelligently haunting that park. Dollars to donuts. I don't feel like the guy's sticking around. I think he moved on. There could be kind of things I call like recycled hauntings. So it's kind of like a tape recorder playing over and over again. He might be there in that sense, but the actual person, no. No way. My feet are killing me, you guys. All right, so I mean, I see it's clean. I see it's dusted, but I really don't think they've made any changes to it. And I mean, why would they, right? This place almost feels like it was this guy's home away from home, too. Like, I mean, like, it felt like, it feels to me like it's a home. Like someone lived here, happily lived here. So it does feel like a home to me. It's interesting because the like employee areas kind of have vibes to them a little bit, at least in whatever's near the front of the park. They're very vibey. Just and by vibey I just mean like they're kind of buzzing. They're sort of electric. Just like to sidebar this zit I have here from using a different sunscreen than I've ever used before. Just FYI. It's really annoying me. Okay, so let's see what else. So is there anything from the past here? Any old energy? Well, what's really interesting is it feels like there's some kind of a loop where opening day is sort of happening over and over and over again. Like the energy of that is still here, and it may be just because it was such a big deal. Do you know what I mean? That energy is hanging around, but I feel that. Like I feel the energy of opening day. I do. I feel it. Like it's hanging around, almost like I said, like a loop. Like it's happening over and over again in some sense. And maybe, no, that's not it. I was going to say maybe because, you know, there's a new person that comes to the park every day, but that's not it. Literally, I feel the energy of opening day just sort of like pulsing under what's there. All right, so I'm energetically walking down Main Street, USA. I'm at the center of the park here with Walt and Mickey. Nothing there. So as I go towards the castle, it does start to get vibey. I'm telling you, there's something about Fantasyland. Yeah, because I start to feel this vibe. And I'm wondering, okay, so tell me this. Was this intentional? I don't think it was. To be honest, I don't think it was. I don't think this was an intentional thing. I think it was intuitive, but I don't think it was intentional. So I think it was the right place at the right time for the right price. But I also think that Walt had an intuition. You know, he just knew what was going to work. You know, he just, yeah, he did. He had intuition. You know, he knew things, you know, and I think because I know so much about him, you know, he would push stuff, you know. No, we're going to break ground on this park even though we don't have the money. You know, no, we're going to make Snow White even though nobody would watch, you know, a feature film cartoon. Like, he had an intuition. He had a gut feeling. And he had a gut feeling about that property. But it was also, again, right place, right time, right price. Like, it made sense to him. But he had a gut feeling that this is the place where I need to be. Straight up. So it wasn't intentionally like, ooh, 33rd ley line vibes, let's do it. I don't get that at all. No, there is something there. There is an energy vortex there. There has to be. And it seems that it either originates from the lagoon and comes out that way, or it's two points on a line that meet up very closely, or it originates in Fantasyland and kind of goes out towards the lagoon. And I am wondering if all the circular motion has something to do with it, right? Because you have a carousel going around, you have teacups going around, you have Dumbo going around, and I'm wondering if all that circular motion is perpetuating energy, holding on to energy. It's good energy, whatever it is. But I do wonder if that circular motion is kind of spinning it around, you know, and ginning it up a little bit. And I feel like it is. And it's weird because it doesn't go out straight. It kind of hits a wall, this energy. It doesn't go out like into Toontown, which is, you know, behind Fantasyland. It doesn't. And it doesn't really go over to It's a Small World. For whatever reason, I've got it connected to the lagoon. And Matterhorn kind of has that vibe too. Like, it's kind of got that sheen on it from that vibe, but it's not really a vibey place. The lagoon feels really vibey. So I'm talking about where the submarines are. Really vibey. I did the walkthrough from the lagoon right where I felt the vibes. So I walked straight. I had to kind of stop. It was in the middle of a parade. I mean, this is Disneyland, right? So there's always something going on. But I walked from the lagoon and I was like, okay, here's where I feel the vibes. Now let's just keep walking as I feel the vibes until I stop feeling the vibes. And so you'll see that. And I still feel that remotely. I mean, I'm not that remote, but I feel it. Yeah. I could energetically hang out here all night. I might. I mean, no wonder it's my favorite spot in the park. And it's not because I'm like super into the rides. It's that part, that part is actually always jammed with little kids, right? Because it's like kind of, you know, good rides for them to ride and stuff. And so I typically don't enjoy it that much on that level because there's just, you know, there's a lot of screaming. But vibe-wise, yeah, this is the jam. All right, so let's go. We'll go to Frontierland. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So the vibe drops here for sure. Star Wars Land, that's got a ton of kinetic energy in it right now, but a lot of people are focused on it. A lot of people are in it. People are, you know, be going in it for the next few weeks with their reservations, what have you. So there is a ton of kinetic energy over there. Also, I feel like something with the way it was configured or designed has something that's going to hold the energy there. So that'll be interesting to see going forward. But I do feel like there's something about it, yeah, for sure, that going forward, it kind of will trap the energy, good or bad. I think it's just going to be kinetic, to be honest. I think it's just going to be, you know, just kind of a zzz, you know, a vibrational electric feeling. Frontierland is dead, sorry. Tom Sawyer's Island, same. There's no energy there. There is something weird about pirates. I'm going to do a separate video on that when I can really get my thoughts together because, I don't know, there's something just funky going on in there. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's interesting, so we'll see. New Orleans Square, it's kind of holding energy there, but it's not the same energy I'm feeling in the Fantasyland area at all. So that's my on-the-spot impression. Do I feel like there's any part here that's haunted? No. No, but I do see Walt walking the park, but it is not an intelligent haunting. So it's not that this man is, you know, stuck in his park and, you know, all these years and da-da-da-da-da. But I see him walking. I do. I see him walking, and I see him specifically walking in New Orleans Square, specifically. But I think that's just a kind of, you know, recorded haunting that's just, you know, repeats itself. It's like a movie that plays over and over and over again, but there's nothing behind it, and that's what I see. But I do specifically see him in New Orleans Square, which I don't know if it was built at the time that he passed. I think it was, but I know Pirates, he was in the middle of building it when he passed. What else? I haven't slept well. Nobody here's really slept well, which is funny because we're going hard, as you can tell by the baggies under my eyes. But nobody's really slept super well. I keep waking up in the night. I don't typically do that. Even when I'm, you know, traveling, I usually sleep pretty well. So I'm having very bizarre dreams. Imaginative dreams, though. I mean, these dreams are like off the charts. But it's definitely interesting. Interesting property. So I will give you a little bit more of a deep dive when I'm settled at home in my office, because I think I need to be there, because this, I don't know, dude, this property around here is just kind of weird, and I can't really concentrate. Specifics, plus the kinetic energy in Disneyland is just crazy town right now. So, all right, my darlings, I'll see you soon.
But yeah, I would say if anything's haunted, it's Pirates. I didn't feel a haunting anywhere else. No, it's haunted. It is. As I sit here, I'm telling you, it's friggin' haunted. By what? Huh, let's look into it. We've got nothing else to do. The energy itself, so before I get into the haunting, I will say the energy itself that I'm reading, like, you know, the lagoon energy, whatever we want to call it, it doesn't, there's nothing there. It's not haunted. It's not intelligent. It's just this really sick, amazing, wonderful energy. I mean, sick, you know, not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good, like sick in a good way. Like, it's just amazing. So, and then Space Mountain is not haunted. I might go through each damn ride. What else have we got to do on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday? Nothing. Space Mountain is not haunted, but there is a weird anomaly that happens over there. In that ride, there's something weird that happens over there, but it's not a haunting. I don't know what it is. If you've ever worked at Disneyland, let me know. Because I feel there's like a weird, like maybe this is just something malfunctioning, but they can't figure out how it malfunctions, or there's something almost electrical there. I can feel it, where it's like, why is this doing this? There's no reason for this. This makes no sense. Matterhorn, definitely not haunted at all. But I think they're gonna have to like do some serious maintenance on the bobsleds or something soon, or they're replacing them or something. It's the Astro Blasters, right? Not haunted. I know that girl died, I want to say, in one of those buildings over there, but none of them are haunted. But you know what's weird? I feel like, this is so stupid, but I feel like there's like the ghost of the people mover. Like the people mover is still moving. I swear to God. So stupid. But that's kind of what I'm picking up, so okay. Monorail, not haunted. What else is over there? Submarines, not haunted, but then the lagoon starts that funky energy. I mean, it's good energy. Astro Orbiter's not haunted. So there is something weird about Space Mountain, though. Definitely. Main Street USA, not haunted. Is Walt in his apartment building? Yes and no. That's weird. His presence is still there, but it's not him. So it's weird. I don't know how else to say this. It's like he left something behind. It's not him. It's not an active haunting. He's not sitting in there looking out the window. He's got better things to do, trust me. But there's a presence in there, and it's him, but it's not him. So it's almost like he had so much energy, he left a bunch of his energy behind, and it's in that apartment, because it is in that apartment. I can feel it, but it's not him. So, you know, like with the Grammy ghost hunt, it was like, shit, that's Grammy, that's her face, that was her. She's haunting her own house. Grammy's haunting her own house, good for her. But Walt is not haunting that apartment, but he left a piece of himself in there, straight up. I don't know how else to put it. So there is a presence in there that is Walt Disney, but that is also not Walt Disney. It's very, I don't know. And it doesn't feel like he's jumping around. It's not like he's jumping dimensions. So let me go visit my apartment today. No, it's something that he left behind when he passed. He like, I don't know, it's almost like a Horcrux. You know what I mean? But not in an evil way. It's like he sent something like, go live in Disneyland. There's a presence in there for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely there is. And it feels like there might actually be a haunting of a dog in there, like a recording. You know what I mean? Like not an intelligent haunting, but like a repeating recording. Like people sometimes see a dog or the tail of a dog or something about a damn dog. Do they even have a dog? I know everything about Walt Disney. Did he have a dog? I don't know. That's your on tea for you guys. So Main Street not haunted. Although I do get the presence of a lady who is in one of those upper rooms, which I think one of them is like a real room. Like, I don't know, they used to have operators up there, I think, right? There's a presence in one of those upper areas. So if anybody works at the park, email me at Kirsten Langston. It's Kirsten Langston, author@gmail.com. I'll put it here. If anybody has worked or works there, let me know if any of this is ringing true, because I'm very curious. There is like, so I'm walking down the street and it's on the right side of the street as I'm facing the castle. It's one of these upper buildings kind of by the Starbucks, and it's like there's a female presence in there. Like old school, like in the 50s, like back in the day lady up in there. Yes, there is, absolutely. I don't know if it's an intelligent haunting. I can't tell. If it is, then she's not super present, so she's not like really, really strong. But there's a lady up there. There is a friggin' lady up there. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, I'm at the hub, nothing there. Tomorrowland we've done. Let's go over, let's go over to Adventureland. Jungle Cruise, no. Treehouse, no. Although I must say, I really do miss the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse. Tarzan's Treehouse kind of sucks. I miss the waterfall thing and the organ that played itself. And I just watched that movie recently and it was really good. I used to have a huge crush on John Mills when I was younger. I did. John Mills of all people. Indiana Jones, not haunted but inherently glitchy, but we know that, we write it. Anything over in the eating area is haunted? No. Pirates of the Caribbean, haunted. So where are you hanging out, buddy? So there's a person, and I do believe it's male, and I think there is that rumor, right, that, I don't remember it, but it's like if you shut the ride down or something, like it's like Bill the ghost or whatever. I don't think this person's name is Bill, quite frankly, but there is a male I don't know if it's intelligent, to be quite frank, but there is a male energy that is in there. So I'm going on the ride. Okay, it's not in the restaurant. We go down the thing. I know this by memory because I wrote it so many damn times. And then we do the second drop. Okay, and then we're coming around the crabs. Nope, nothing there. Coming around this way, nothing there. There's the guy on the bed. He's looking at the thing, nothing there. Coming around this way. It's when you hit the town, it looks like somebody's, specifically when you hit the left-hand side where the donkey and the dog and everybody's singing, that's where it seems to start. So again, this may not be an intelligent haunting, but that's where it starts to feel haunted to me. And it continues pretty much almost to the end of the ride, but there's somebody that kind of like, I see this figure like popping out from behind the animatronics, like, woo, hello, it's me. But it may not be intelligent. Somebody, but it might, you know, I mean, it literally could be that back in the day, you know, somebody wanted to scare somebody, and I'm talking way back 50s, 60s, you know, so they hid and they jumped out, and for whatever reason, that's just kind of playing itself over and over and over again. I don't get the sense that whatever's haunting that area is intelligent, is messing with the ride, is screwing with electronics. I do not at all. But I do sense a haunting in there. Yes, I do. I do. So moving on, Haunted Mansion. I know there's other rumor, right? The little boy, and he gets in your ride, and da-da-da, and no, there's nothing there. But I do see there are, oh, it's weird. This is weird. There are, okay, so this is not New Orleans Square, but I keep seeing this imprint of like opening day or pre-opening day, like workmen, like working still. So that there's an imprint of that, probably because they were working their asses off and everybody's freaked out they weren't going to have it ready in time. But there is an imprint of that it just kind of runs itself, because I see these workmen, but they're not really there. But I see it. I see the ghost of these guys like working on this thing. So that's interesting. What else is here? Tom Sawyer's Island. Not haunted. Boats, not haunted. Although the Mark Twain, I feel like there are probably some people that feel like they saw an apparition on the Mark Twain. I don't know if that was a one-time deal or what. I don't sense anything there, and yet I feel like somebody might be like, no, I've seen an apparition on that damn boat. Splash Mountain, not haunted. Winnie the Pooh, also not haunted. Star Wars Land, not even remotely haunted. Frontierland is not even close to being haunted. Like, it's not even close to being haunted. There's nothing there, literally nothing there. And then we get into Fantasyland. Castle, not haunted. I don't think you can haunt anything around this cool energy thing that's happening, because none of those feel haunted to me at all. None. None of the dark rides. Nope. Nope. Teacups, nope. Nope. Nothing. Toontown, fully not haunted. So there's your auntie's walkthrough of Disneyland. Is it haunted? All right. Well, that's going to do it for me as far as Disney goes. And I'm going to have to get my ass out to Disney World, clearly. That's going to be the next step. So, my darlings, I do love you. I do adore you. Give me all of your Disney stories in the comments, and I will see you later. Oh, P.S., in case you forgot, I'm your biggest cheerleader. I'm always rooting for you.